I would like to preface before we get further into the video that my opinions are just that, my opinions. My thoughts on the new DLC from a PvP perspective and how I could potentially use these in my base designs in the future. I also want to showcase the flaws and issues of these building pieces to help you as the consumer decide if this is worth your hard-earned money or not. So let's get into another episode of Scamcom Bazaar where we're going to go over the new building set that I've been waiting for. I like the old days when you could buy a DLC and get some armors and building pieces. You know, I like that better than this getting into the whole Bazaar bullshit. But anyways, I noticed right off the bat that we got a new foundation, but we didn't get like a rounded slash curved foundation. We got a ceiling, looks to be a new pillar, stairs, you know, these basic things over here, but we didn't get the curved foundation. Well, of course we didn't. You know, there's so many things here that could be added into this bundle to actually make it, oh, I don't know, a complete bundle that would make sense. But of course, they're probably going to capitalize on adding in more stuff that you have to buy to actually complete this full set. So, first things I want to show you is this foundation. They didn't even reskin it. They literally reused the previous foundation and didn't even reskin it. At least reskin it. They just changed the colors of it. If you look at the old foundations, you'll notice that there's like a dark spot. I'll put my put the pointer on it right now. You can see this like dark spot. It even has that same dark spot. At least when they gave us like an extra storm glass foundation, you know, you could kind of mix and match this thing. You know, you can put it into previous foundations and kind of do things with it if you wanted to, and it looks like it belongs there. It looks like a storm glass foundation. Yes, this does look like the typical foundation from the building set, but at the same time, I don't understand what they're doing with these colors. At least over here, they kind of stayed with the color scheme of what we were used to. And then over here, you got them like, if you look at this, it's almost got like a bluish tint to it. You know, kind of like maybe a brushed steel color, kind of a weird bluish gray. I don't know colors, so if you know colors, put it in the comments. But that's the foundations right off the bat. I'm just going to stick with the original foundations, or if I build out of these, it would just be that. But, they are what they are. Now, I wanted to talk about something that I am happy about and something that I would just like to see applied to all doors in general. This is the new door right here. As you can see, there is a gap. It's kind of weird. I don't think they actually test their own products before they release them. I don't know how that one got through. But anyways, if you haven't noticed, the door has 70,000 HP, which a normal door has 50,000. So your door is literally as strong as the frame, which means that by the time the door goes, the whole frame is going to go. I'm okay with that. This isn't pay to win by any means here, this door having more health. It's just something I think they should implement into all doors. You know, when the frame goes, the door should go. Why not? Make them a little bit stronger. I mean, come on, door frame only has 70,000 health. Why not just equal it out with the door? So this is the skylight that they added in right here above me, as you can see, and kind of neat. Very open. My original thought right here was like, can I get a bomb through that? And from what I've been testing, no, I can't. So, you know, kind of nice if you wanted to, you know, I guess incorporate that into a base design on PvP and you can see through. But honestly, I'll give you guys a tip here. I need to make like a tips video, but if you have a construction hammer, you can literally just, you know, right click and see through things, you know, like you can just right click and look through stuff if you needed to. But, you know, I understand windows and stuff can kind of give it a nice, you know, a nice aesthetic. But here is the frame, which I don't think these are named properly, because if we look at them, door frame, door frame, like kind of weird. It doesn't, you know, that's not really a frame. That's more of like a wall, in my opinion, or a window. I don't know. Maybe they'll fix that in the future. But as you can see, I I built this just to show some of what it could look like. It does look like it opens it up a bit more, but I really wanted to talk about the door frame curved, okay? And then the wall rounded. I'm not sure why they didn't just stick with rounded or curved, you know, like picked one. But anyways, these are walls. They're labeled as walls, and they do not snap like walls do. Okay? You know from the previous update where they gave us, you know, the ability to put walls on ceilings. Okay, like that. Well, you would assume that these would snap properly. These do not like to snap to these new curved ceiling pieces that they added into the game. They do, on the other hand, like to snap to the square ceilings, which makes absolutely no sense. To get these to snap to is also quite of a pain in the ass. This goes back to me asking if do they even test these things? Like, this shouldn't be that difficult. I should not have to struggle to find that perfect angle to get these to snap into place. Once you get enough of them placed, sure. But if I delete the square ceiling, I'm losing my structures. Now, these are obviously snapped to these right here. But as you can see, they should be snapping to these just fine. But they're not. They don't at all. Like, they don't want to. Even without the pillar, they don't want to snap properly. I do not understand how this is a thing. And I've noticed this is an issue with a lot of the new building pieces that they're starting to add into the game. They're not properly tested. So you're spending money for these unpolished turds, basically, right now. Hopefully they fix these things, because I sat here for a while trying to get these to place, and as you can see, they don't even snap down there, and it's like the pillars get in the way, and then what do you... I don't know. They should have given us the curved foundation, rounded foundation with this pack. I mean, you gave us a square foundation that you literally just changed the fucking color of. You couldn't have given us the foundation that's curved. Anyways, these are the new pillars, and no, they are not like, you know, traditional pillars. They are like those storm glass pillars we got, where they're literally a piece at a time, and they can be annoying to place as well. They want to snap to the edges. They don't have traditional stability like a typical pillar that you can place anywhere, because, you know, a pillar is similar to a foundation. You can't get stability off of them the way you would expect. You can't place a ceiling on them. It would have been nice to see this as just a pillar itself. I like the wood look, the engravings. It would have been very nice if we just got, you know, a traditional pillar that was just like that, not these little artsy fartsy little pillars that... I hate these things. Like, I just spam them if you're ever going to place them. I don't use them at all, but that's literally what you got to do, because trying to line these things up can be so annoying sometimes. And if any of you have dealt with the storm glass ones, you know what I'm talking about. You got to get right up on it and hope for the best. And I'm also flying, so if we're... You see what I'm saying? Now it's going to act up. I should not have to be trying to get this perfect angle. They should just go where they're supposed to go. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You don't have as big of a gripe with this one, but still. It would have been cool to see these be just actual pillars that we could have incorporated. But, I mean, they place okay if you're near the area. Not the best. You're still going to get that, even though ones with storm glass, you still get that kind of like bug where it doesn't want to place properly. And you got to kind of find that angle, or you can just, you know, spam this until hopefully it... Yep, there it goes. It snapped in. See what I'm saying? Like, oh my god. They need to test these pieces more. Obviously, up here, I built... these are the original rooftop caps right here. And then you got these big pieces right here. And you would think, you know, these would snap fine, but no, of course not. They squared them for some reason. It's very odd. You would think these corner pieces on this wouldn't exist, so you could, you know, make a little round thing, you know, like you could, the castles you could make with this stuff, but not right now because the set's incomplete. But as you can see, this is just 70,000 health, just like these, but they're bigger. I'm sure you could figure out some things to do with these with pyramids and stuff like that, and even placing these can be a bit tedious. Another thing with the walls that I forgot to touch on, these are not your traditional walls. If you'll notice, I had green, now yellow. How is that a wall? Because if I take this wall, which is actually a wall, it's going to be green. As far as the eye can see, I can go up off of foundation support with this wall. Not that one. Don't even get me started on the frames themselves. They're the same. You know, the ones for the doorway. Oh, if you didn't notice, these also cost silk to craft. Not hardened brick anymore, but silk. So, any of these cloth pieces. And I was curious what a pyramid might look like with this stuff. And, yeah. Yet again, they're adding in colors that I just don't think... I know this is where I'm getting at with the PvE side of it. Like, why the green? You know? I don't get it. Other than the green, I kind of like it. It looks like a tent, and I like that effect to it. Another thing I wanted to show you about that, though, is I really like this. I know it's very PvE. It's not important for PvP, but I like the wood that's being used here and how it's being used. You know, I think that's really cool. And then you have the cloth on it. I thought that was very nice and polished. That whoever worked on this seems to have put in a bit more, you know, they put in some time. But this purple and pink doesn't make any sense. The red goes great with black and similar colors like that, but that pinkish purplish color makes no sense. Over here I got the stairs just to show them. Just typical stairs, very similar to the storm glass ones we got and the sandstone ones we got. Another little thing that's just a pet peeve, you gotta place your ceilings first. So if I wanted to place a ceiling, I have to literally place the ceiling first, and then I could place, you know, one of these properly. But if I demo that, I'm not getting that ceiling back there. Very odd. You can obviously tell why right here. You can see that it's clipping over it. So you literally have to build the ceiling first, and then you can place these stairs, which look nice. I like the smaller stairs. I like these things. I have no complaints about these. They work like they should. The rotations of getting the placement properly, they just work great. But I don't know. To be honest, is it worth the money? It's going to come down to your honest opinion. To me personally, I would just, you know, save your money and wait to see if they actually fix these building issues that we're running into. Because just like I was bringing up with the wall, like, come on, you're paying for a product. Why aren't these snapping to the proper ceilings? Like, hello? Why is this so difficult? You are not going to get that place there unless you have, you know, say a square piece connected to it. And then that square piece, these walls' stability are going to be guaranteed. They're not going to be guaranteed. They're going to be reliant on that. And good luck getting it the way you want. See, like, what? That's not even what I wanted to do. But it wants to place that way. There we go. And then trying to get this to... I hope I am showcasing the point of what I'm getting at, that these need to be worked on. They need to apply patches and actually make the stuff you're buying work. This is ridiculous. Like, why is this so hard? They should snap perfectly to this. You shouldn't even need a square foundation for it. It makes utterly no sense. Here's another piece we have right here, the sloped roof corner curved. It's the same thing I'm talking about. Trying to get these things to properly place where you want them to. Like, these things shouldn't be that difficult. If I take a corner piece from the original one, look at that. Look at that. I get the snaps I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? It's polished. It's better. It works. Whereas then I want to try these, you know, the curved ones. And I saw it for a second. There we go. And then here we go. Like, I have it on this piece. And if I move, this is what I'm getting. This is what my middle mouse is doing. And it's like you have to get that sweet spot just to place stuff now. It's like become a hassle with some of these new building pieces. So personally, save your money. Just wait for them to release some patches for this. Wait for it to go on sale or something. Because in all honesty, the door is not a good reason to buy it. The previous DLC that came out for, what was it, Stormglass, came with that broken piece that had too much HP. They eventually got around to fixing it. Hopefully, if we complain enough, or at least, you know, show them that, hey, there's some issues here, you know, can we fix it? I don't know. I hope for the best. Even this, why didn't we get, you know, like another ceiling piece that could go in the middle to connect things like this? You know, there's lots of things that feel like they're missing from this, and most likely they're things we're gonna get that we're gonna have to pay for, get them through the battle pass, but either way it's gonna cost money. We're not gonna get them for free, even though we just spent $10. So if you previously bought DLC, you're now paying more money to get more items for it, and it's still not a complete set because you're still missing items like the rounded foundation, the curved walls don't place properly on the curved ceilings. Scam, I don't know. It's a little bit of a scam because it doesn't feel like a lot of effort was put into it. So like I said, at the end of the day, it's completely up to you if you want to add this. If you're PvE and you just want the building pieces just to make some unique structures, go for it. If you're looking at this video for PvP purposes, like, you know, like I am when I buy this stuff, and I want to share the stuff that I enjoy with you guys, and if I honestly think it's worth your time and hard-earned money, this one, I would honestly say, you don't really need these extra pieces. They're not going to make your life so much better on Conan, and wait for Funcom to just hopefully address the issues with newer building pieces that are being added into the game. But I'm out of here. I feel like that was long enough. There's a bit more to go over in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.